If McDonald's can't survive in the United States, what is safe anymore? The Golden Arches have been a constant in American life, a landmark, a first job, a cheap meal. But for the first time since 2020, McDonald's sales have dropped sharply. In one quarter, 12,000 stores closed, costing 60,000 jobs and $5 billion in revenue. This isn't just about a fast food giant, it's about the quiet collapse of small American communities. Each closed McDonald's is a tear in the fabric of a neighborhood. We're about to travel across 10 states to see this change firsthand, to hear from the people living through it. The story in state number 7 will shock you. Let's get started. Our journey begins in California, where the American dream is slipping away for many. In cities like San Francisco, McDonald's closures hit hard, not just economically but emotionally. These were community hubs, not just fast food joints. Rising costs have made it impossible for even McDonald's to survive. For workers like Maria, the loss is devastating. Her regulars were like family. Each closure pushes families closer to the edge, stripping away jobs and affordable food. The California dream is becoming a nightmare for its most vulnerable. In Chicago, McDonald's closures are about more than economics. They're about public safety. Rising crime forced downtown locations to shut their doors. Night shift workers described constant fear. You'd hear shouting, sometimes fights. These late-night beacons are now replaced by darkness and anxiety. The loss signals a breakdown in the social contract of city life. People now stay home, choosing safety over risk. The closures highlight a deep shift in public trust. In Manhattan, McDonald's closures are driven by relentless financial pressure. Sky-high rents have made it impossible for even McDonald's to operate profitably. A Big Mac here can cost more than in Shanghai. For workers, students, and seniors, these restaurants were affordable lifelines in a city of soaring prices. When McDonald's disappears, it's often replaced by luxury boutiques or banks, deepening economic segregation. The loss is felt most by the elderly and working class who relied on these spaces for food and community. City resources like nyc.gov/getfood help, but the problem is systemic. The vanishing of McDonald's in Manhattan is a stark symbol. New York is becoming a city only for the wealthy. In Portland, McDonald's closures reflect a city struggling with homelessness, public drug use, and insecurity. Franchise owners faced constant vandalism, theft, and safety threats. Eventually, the toll became too great. When families no longer feel safe, revenue plummets. When employees fear coming to work, staffing collapses. The closures are a vote of no confidence in the city's ability to maintain public order. Official resources exist, but many residents feel disconnected from real solutions. The loss of McDonald's is a visible sign of a city in crisis, leaving people to wonder if stability will ever return. Portland's familiar landmarks are fading, replaced by uncertainty. In Seattle, the crisis is less visible but just as real. Supply chains are breaking down. Port congestion, labor disputes, and infrastructure failures have disrupted the flow of goods, even for McDonald's. Without reliable deliveries, restaurants can't serve burgers or fries, leading to closures and job losses. A laid-off technician put it simply, when they can't get supplies, they cut hours, then they close. The ripple effects reach far beyond fast food, threatening jobs in unexpected sectors. Organizations like yfoodsecurity.org are working to build resilience, but the vulnerabilities are clear. If McDonald's can't keep its shelves stocked, what does that mean for everyone else? Seattle's struggles are a warning for the nation's food security. In Phoenix, a massive homeless encampment known as the Zone devastated local businesses, including McDonald's. Safety concerns and plummeting revenue forced closures, creating a vicious cycle. As businesses left, the area became more desolate and dangerous. The closures weren't just business decisions, they were surrenders to overwhelming social decay. The Zone's existence revealed failures at every level, with McDonald's as collateral damage. Even after the encampment was cleared, the scars remain, and the underlying crises persist. Foodbanks.org offers help, but the real challenge is rebuilding community and safety. Phoenix's closed McDonald's stand as monuments to a broken system. In Detroit, McDonald's closures are another blow to neighborhoods already battered by population loss and deindustrialization. These restaurants were often the last stable employers and safe spaces in entire zip codes. Crumbling infrastructure and shrinking delivery networks made it impossible to operate. The loss of McDonald's means the loss of first jobs, safe spaces, and hope for recovery. If a global brand can't survive here, what chance does a local business have? Resources like my211.org help, but the void left behind is immense. Detroit's journey toward revitalization just got even harder. In Philadelphia's Kensington, the opioid crisis has turned the neighborhood into the zombie zone. McDonald's closure here was inevitable. Operating became impossible amid rampant drug use and danger. Employees faced daily risks, and families lost a rare place of normalcy. The closure is another retreat of the normal world, deepening the sense of abandonment. It's a symptom of a deeper public health catastrophe, not just a business failure. The need for intervention and restoration of public order is urgent. When we ignore severe social problems, even the most familiar places disappear. In Florida, McDonald's closures are driven by a perfect storm: declining tourism, soaring costs, and a workforce crisis. Tourists are spending less, and rising costs for food, insurance, and labor have squeezed franchisees to the breaking point. For low-income families and seniors, McDonald's was a dependable, affordable meal. Now that option is gone. The closures force hard choices for those already struggling. Feeding Florida and similar organizations are stepping in, but the economic foundations are shaky. The loss of McDonald's is a clear signal. Florida's most vulnerable are bearing the heaviest burden. The Sunshine State's economic storm is far from over. In Texas, the speed and scale of McDonald's closures are shocking. Skyrocketing costs, labor shortages, and a growing preference for local businesses have hit hard. Even in booming cities, franchisees can't raise prices enough to survive without losing customers. The buy local movement, while positive, has accelerated the decline of national chains. Each closure removes a reliable employer and a familiar landmark, exposing the fragility of community infrastructure. No place is immune to these shifts, not even Texas. The ground is unstable everywhere. Across 10 states, the story is clear. The golden arches are falling, and with them, the small certainties of American life. McDonald's was a constant, open, familiar, reliable. Its disappearance signals the loss of community infrastructure and low-barrier jobs. This isn't just nostalgia, it's about the erosion of the spaces that held neighborhoods together. If McDonald's can't make it, what does that mean for the rest of us? We want to hear your stories. How is your community changing? Share your perspective in the comments and subscribe to join us as we explore these changes together. In uncertain times, listening and connection matter most.